A journey that started in Anaheim 4 months ago comes to a close tonight in Las Vegas. Adam Cianciarulo runs in third. He has a 3-point gap on a race leader. No, Adam Cianciarulo goes down. That could change his championship in a heartbeat. You've got to be kidding me. In an incredible turn of events, Dylan Ferrandis wins the 250 West Championship. And Adam Cianciarulo absolutely gutted. Now the finale. Is this man a step closer to his ultimate dream?
Don't take any unnecessary risks.
He's feeling the highs of his career right now. And the rider out of North Carolina wins the 2019 championship. He's on the top step of the dirt bike racing world.
As you saw, Cooper Webb recently crowned this season's Supercross champion. He joins us by phone from California. Cooper, has it sunk in?
Man, it's starting to. Yeah, that was, man, what a night and what a feeling it was. And, yeah, I think it finally hit me, and it's just a dream come true.
Well, Cooper, you'd fought some injuries with a different race team the last couple of years. What was it about this Red Bull KTM factory team or the bike in general that really just led you to have this success?
It's really hard to say. Like you said, I was with Yamaha the last 2 years and just had abundance of injuries and really couldn't stay healthy. And this year I switched teams to the Red Bull KTM team, and I think the bike just really fit me really well. And they built an amazing motorcycle, but I changed pretty much everything: mechanic, team members. I moved from North Carolina to Florida to be with Alden Baker, who's our trainer, and it was just an amazing change for me. It was a lot to change, but at the same time, it obviously paid off. And for me, it was just a reset, and I think it just really motivated me to try to get back to where I was in the 250 days and go after this championship.
So there was a moment early in the season that really stood out to me. It was when you crossed the start-finish line and you went back and you pointed at Ken Roczen. What was the message that you were doing there, and was that message received?
Yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, the last 2 years have been tough, and, there was a lot of talk and a lot of, negativity, being said by fans and riders and stuff that, I would never be relevant again. So I think it was more of just, hey, I'm back, so you don't forget about me,
That's a great point, though, that AJ brings up, and you kind of talking about that swagger. Does that confidence, obviously, as the performance is there, the results are there, I would imagine that confidence sort of grows, or were you sort of self-willing that confidence to rise to the top?
For me, I feel like I'm a pretty confident person, but, it's in racing, I think, as you guys know, as soon as you win that first race or, get on the podium, it's just, that belief instantly is there again. And I think for me, that was the biggest thing, is I knew I had the opportunity and the ability to win this year. But I think as soon as I did it, it was just a whole new mindset and a whole new belief that, hey, you achieved it, and you just want to keep going. And that feeling becomes addicting, of winning. And so, yeah, I think that was really, really what shaped my season, was getting that first win. And not only that, just running up front again, with the top contenders, and which ultimately led to the win. But it was a huge confidence thing for me.
So I assume you're probably training for the outdoor season, which starts next weekend. Have you even had a chance to celebrate this championship yet?
A little bit. We, as a team, after the race Saturday night, we all hung out at the semi and really just tried to let it sink in. And we're in Vegas, so we enjoyed it a little bit that night. And but it was cool. I went by KTM. The company had a celebration for us on Monday, and a few of my personal sponsors had us come to the office and threw us, some celebration championship, lunch and stuff like that. So it was really cool, and that's the tough thing in our sport is we're on the go for so many weeks in a row that, like you said, it's, you win the Supercross championships, and then you have a brand new championship starting in 2 weeks. So I felt like I enjoyed it a lot, and still, I'm really enjoying it. And it's almost, for me, it's more of a motivator, knowing that, man, I achieved a lifelong dream, and now it's like you just want to, you soak it in, but you really just almost want to keep it going. And so for me, it's actually been a huge motivator, and also, a little bit of a weight lifted off now that the championship has actually ended. But, it taught me a lot how to, manage a championship. And like I said, I think the biggest thing for me is now that I've done it, I realize, man, the sky is the limit now.
Cooper, as you were talking, we were watching some celebration shots. Was that your mom seemed as excited, if not more so, than you?
Yeah, we were. I mean, as a family, I was the only child, and my mom and dad really sacrificed a lot to make my dream a reality and just make it to the pro ranks. And like I said, I never imagined as a kid. I lived a pretty normal life, going to school, playing other sports. I really didn't take racing seriously until maybe my teenage years. And once I went pro, it was one of those things where I felt like, man, I'm pro now. This is the highest achievement you can get. And I quickly learned in our sport it's results that really get you a nice ride on a good team or all that. So when I won in the 250s, it was like, man, I never saw myself as a kid even winning a 250 championship. So now it's, you fast forward 5 years later, and to win a 450 Supercross championship is still for me like unbelievable. I never imagined doing that. And man, it just shows, when you want to put your mind to something, you can get it done.
Well, just in time for Mother's Day. Good son.
Yeah, perfect gift, right?
Cooper, for me personally, I watched every event this year, so congratulations. I loved watching you. It's to see a comeback story like that swagger. So thanks for coming on. Good luck in the outdoor season.
Yeah, I appreciate it, AJ. I really do, and thank you guys for having me on. And hopefully, I'll get to check out you guys' races soon.
Hey, Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.